follow Mitsuru direction and reach the specific location. A number of people have already gathered, and I noticed 80s Kanji Chan, Chie, and others I had seen in P-1 commercial as well.
Oh, phew! You're okay, Miss President. Or should I call you Labrys? Chie-san.
In contrast to Chie's enthusiasm, Labrys looked toward me as if she unsure about how to feel about everything. Before I can nudge Labrys over toward Chie rises over and take Labrys' hands. He smiled brightly after he confirmed that Labrys is alright. Labrys cannot resist the infectious air of happiness and breaks into a smile of her own.
Hello, sorry, who are you?
I'm liking that look you've got going on. It's like you just single-handedly saved the world from an evil army.
Yosuke, don't be so rude!
Chie saw me and both energetically.
Akihiko-san, thank you for saving Labrys.
No need to thank me. I just delivered the message you left me with.
Don't you have some people you want to introduce Labrys to? After being prompted, Chie dashed off, tugging Labrys by her hand toward her friends. The people waiting to greet them are everyday students. None of them should be all concerned at the fact that Labrys is an android. In fact, it seemed that they're welcoming her to their group with a big smile. Looks like they're a pretty open-minded bunch. As I'm watching them, I'm joining with some familiar faces.
Are you alright, Akihiko?
I raise my hand as a response to her. That's enough for Mitsuru to understand the situation and smile. Aigis stands next to me and gazed up at the group of people gathered around Chies and Labrys.
It seems my sister has also forged a bond.
That takes you back, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Though I am a machine, I understand what it means for people's hearts to come together. I would definitely like for my sister to learn that as well.
The battle that took place 3 years ago marked a major turning point, not just in my life, but for Aigis and the other folks alongside me as well. Labrys has just reached the same turning point. Watching this unfold for someone else feels nostalgic and heartwarming at the same time. Mitsuru, however, is standing unmoved. She furrowed her brows and is supporting a look I know all too well. Jeez, what's troubling her now, of all times? Aigis noticed a serious look on Mitsuru's face and speaks to her in a harsh tone.
Are you thinking of sealing my sister away again?
Don't tell me you're going ahead with that. I know you're in a delicate position, but I have serious issues with this.
No, you misunderstand. I realize full well the situation here. That's not what I was thinking about. What's bothering me is that the true culprit in this case never did show their face.
What? Didn't Labrys say she escaped here on her own?
That's what I thought most likely at the time, but that scenario doesn't match what we've learned since then. How did Labrys learn about this world? Why did she call in these other persona users?
You had some basic investigation done on Inaba, right? If she regained her consciousness a while ago, it's possible she infiltrated your network and found out about that stuff.
That's not my only doubt. Labrys' ability to cloud others' senses can only go as far as creating hallucinations. That's inconsistent with the ability to control people so thoroughly as to make them risk their lives in a hijacking. There's too much that doesn't add up.
That does seem suspicious.
Mitsuru is right, there are too many unexplained circumstances here. But why stand around worrying about it? All the answers we need are a few simple questions away. I'll call out to Labrys.
Labrys, how did you escape all the way here?
Huh? I was inside a chamber and...
Labrys tries to continue, but her body immediately goes completely rigid. That's not good. Labrys looks like she's standing completely devoid of thought, but I know better.
Back!
A shout-out warning to everyone in the area. Labrys immediately reached for the large axe on her back and brandished it.
What a pain.
I have to protect Chie and the other civilians. I immediately take a step forward to engage the still expressionless Labrys. This is a different situation than our earlier battle. Since Labrys can now use her persona, this is going to be a much more difficult fight. The If we join forces to attack her, this would have simple matters. However, Labrys' body has already taken a lot of damage from all the battles she's been in. There's no way of knowing if she survived a combined assault from us. Doubt and hesitation swirl around my mind and cloud my thought. I must make a decision and follow it with no regrets. That's when Mitsuru's sharp voice pierced the air.
Akihiko, buy me some time.
Looks like she has some kind of plan up her sleeve. And my course of action has been decided. I tightly balled my hand in the fist and extended toward my opponent. And I reiterate my foe.
Labrys, I will protect you no matter what.
And it's still in 17. Yeah, still more fight to go. Maybe.
Finally! Fight!
Straight! Caesar!
Damn it! I had your persona.
Punch! Straight! This is it! Straight punch! Caesar! Looks like I managed to keep her intact.
But she still seems to be under the control of someone else. Do we have to strike down the one controlling her? But where could they be controlling Labrys from? Just as I prepare to check the surrounding area for any outside presence, a voice echoes from somewhere.
You resorted to your fists in the end, after all. That's why people say your strength is fake.
There's a familiar voice that I can't quite please. Darkness manifests from all of nowhere, and portals into the forms of a person.
What is that?
It's another Akihiko-san?
Whoa! Is that Akihiko-san's shadow?
The darkness dissipated, and what was left standing there was me. Just like Labrys' shadow from before, he looked exactly like me. The only difference is in the eye. While the others are staring, he coolly declares,
You go on and on about resolve and whatnot. What have you been doing these past few years? Just training yourself to fight better, that's all. You haven't grown at all as a person. You're still running from your fear of losing people, just like before. So you are watching us. Looks like the mastermind of this thing has a lot of time to kill.
Huh? Mastermind?
he's taken aback by my taunt, but continues on.
What are you talking about? I came from the sea of your soul. Enough. You think you rattle me with that tired old theme?
The shadow, no, the mastermind arrogantly tries to rile me up, but his taunts are powerless against me. I'm not taking the bait. No anger, not even surprise. There's nothing rising within me. My heart was completely placid.
So you won't admit it. Then, rise again, my puppet. Dance until you shatter.
The shadow orders the fallen Labrys to stand. As if a puppet on strings, Labrys respond to the shadow command.
Looks like you've shown your stripes already. That power proves you're not my shadow. So what? You still have no choice but to suffer. Unless you destroy this thing, it will keep rising up and attacking you all. What will you do?
I glance over at Mitsuru. He gives me a slight nod and I laugh.
Sad to say, but this show is over.
What?
It means we won't fall for the same trick again. Yamagishi, now!
Kuka. Just as Mitsuru's voice sounds, the ominous presence lurking within Labrys was repelled. Turns out the person who Mitsuru contacted before entering the TV world was Fuka. I see. Her personal abilities could disrupt the control of Labrys without her having to enter this world.
Are you all okay?
Yeah, Fuka-chan.
Fuka-san?
Fuka Yamagishi. She's a friend of ours who helped us greatly in the battle 3 years ago. She has an analytical persona and she herself is a whiz at digging up useful information. The Yasogami High students don't know anything about Fuka and are looking around in surprise.
Is this like Rise-chan's persona? Wait, where is she?
This feeling. What the? That voice. It's not coming from in here. Whoever it is out there.
Seriously? She can use hers in the real world? That's amazing.
That's not your shadow, Akihiko-senpai. It's just a fake mimicking your appearance.
Very impressive to guess correctly from such a long distance away.
You must be the one behind all this. You stole Labrys and threw her into a TV. You were after Persona users from the start. That's why you chose this school and tampered with Labrys' memories. And you just demonstrated how you controlled those hijackers.
Why did you go after these students? What are you up to? Personas and shadows are one and the same. If I poison your hearts, I can recruit shadows with unparalleled strength.
Wait, what? You mean turn our personas back to shadows?
The heart is frail. Its weaknesses are never fully vanquished. Given the opportunity, it can betray you and return to darkness. Old wounds that you thought you had overcome opened once again. You almost let go of your hearts, your personas. This one's desire to make people suffer was perfectly suited for such a plan.
Plan?
You caused all this to gather strong shadows?
Why would you do such a thing?
All the loose ends are finally getting tied up. I glare at the enemies as he smugly reveals his grand scheme.
That's enough. I see now that there's no room for any more excuses.
I pull out my evoker. I can't perform a summoning without this now, but I still couldn't just let it go. It served me as a constant reminder of those days fighting as a part of these. It's so I don't forget the joy, the sorrow, and the losses from those days. I point the muzzle to my head just like I used to. The feeling of cold metal, the easy trigger
You
pulls.
said before that I couldn't cast aside my fears.
And then I thought that I didn't care if I live or if I died. Just want all the power I could manage. Where my disregard for my own life was because I secretly wanted someone to punish me, or because I wanted someone stronger than I to forgive me and allow me to live. In either case, my resolution is no longer the same.
But I'll tell you something. People who have no fears end up dying early or throwing their lives away. My determination coexists with my fears. I know that death and loss are always close by.
I squeezed the trigger on my evoker. A nostalgic sensation. I was just a kid 3 years ago when I laid my life on the line. But now, though, I can't allow myself to die. In my heart, I know that I cannot lose this fight. I've accumulated all this power to protect others. I am risking my life in order to stay alive and to keep my friends safe. That is my current determination.
You still say you're my shadow?
If a shadow is just another form of one's persona, then...
My determination would never leave my side.
Finally! Fight!
victory.
No wonder you managed to drive back a god once. I didn't think you'd resist this fiercely.
I thought that I'd done some serious damage to that thing, but it seems he has no intention of giving up his ridiculous chariot. His nonchalance carries on while still wearing my face.
This is fine with me. Good enough for my purposes. I've confirmed you have enough power to meet my expectations.
Good enough, my ass.
Who do you think you are? You're really pissing me off!
The mastermind contorts my face into an eerie smirk and chuckle.
I doubted there'd be any meaning in changing my appearance, but sure enough, it made for a very enjoyable game. I will see you in another guise next time. Just wait until then. Wait!
There's no way I'm letting you get away. I immediately closed the gap between myself and him, but with a final smirk, he disappeared. All that remains is his laughter.
Yamagishi. The reading disappeared. It didn't move, it just vanished. What could this mean?
Back to square one again.
Bullshit! Don't you ever come back again!
Still, what was it planning on using our persona powers for?
It hasn't given up, right? And we'll see it again.
Indeed, based on what it sees, I have every reason to assume that it will return. The enemy's objectives are still mostly unclear, and we don't even know who he is. We do have a lead though. I look toward Mitsuru and Aegis. So I can't say this is in front of the student. The fact that the mastermind knew about Labrys is a big clue. We're most likely dealing with someone related to Kirijo.
Don't worry about it. We'll handle things from here.
Wait, but it kinda said it was still after us.
Of course, you should be aware that the enemy is out there. Akihiko only means that there is no need to abandon your lives to pursue it. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. That is, after all, our duty.
I just leave the rest up to explanation to Mitsuru. She's much better at saying the right thing in the situation. In the meantime, I glare at the empty space where the enemy was.
Battle will go on, huh?